Hmm. Alright, I haven't unmuted Dirk yet, of course. I muted it so it wouldn't come on stream, but there we go. And of course, as bid, it is hard mode, although it's going to be a little difficult to... it's a little loud still. I should turn it down even more. It's already quite low. But there we go, yeah, that'll do. So hard mode, instant tick speed, all that stuff. Nice stuff. So I'm going to have to do a bet start and then tab into the game to start the actual run, so that's fine. So I will start basically in 10 seconds. Just give a small amount of time for any last minute bets. Oh, JP Voices. Good point, Dark Luna Dude. Can we do that here? Yes, we can. Okay, so now we'll start in 10 seconds. And let's go. If someone can actually show what that bid war is at, I don't think it's all that close yet, but it might be getting closer now. So, hard mode on PC version. PC version is substantially faster than PS4 version. So we will be saving time from that, but we will be losing time to having to do way more stuff in general, and fights have 5 times as much health on hard as easy. Plus, they're actually difficult. Some of them, anyway. There are still some easy fights, but some fights are quite difficult. You also get 1/3 of the experience, and not quite 1/3 of the money. It works a bit weirdly, but sometimes you get 1/3 of the money. Anyway, right off the bat, I have to start by making sure I hit the dinosaur with one of those bugs on hard mode, otherwise I might not kill it. If it uses its heal skill. And you'll notice that I just leveled from level 1 to level 2. Now, the next time I'm going to level up is not going to be for a very long time. In any case, we have now made it past the tutorial fight in a much faster time than the PS4 version does. Not much faster, but like we're already 10-20 seconds ahead, and it's just going to be more after this cutscene gauntlet. We're going to beat Chapter 1 faster than the PS4 race did, unless we get really unlucky. But yes, you actually have to make use of pinball percent in this difficulty. You don't really have to in easy. Okay, so we start by using Lunamus ×3 on this guy specifically, because he actually needs it to die. And we line up our attacks so that if we do get the Learn of Rokudain, it will hit all those soldiers. And then, in general, we just hit as many as we can now, at once. It looks like I only get 2 at once, unfortunately. Okay, no, I did get 3, nice. Unfortunately, the last guy is still alive. We'll just hit him as well. And I don't level up for a very long time. Unfortunately, in this difficulty, I do need to learn Rokudain, the big AoE move. And also because I'm doing True End, I'm picking up item chests. And it looks like English is ahead, but it needs just a little more. because I'm not going to be changing the voices every 5 seconds from a tiny little lead, but if someone does do a slightly bigger lead, then I'll change it. Like if Date adds an S, then that would be enough to change it on the next menu. Because I think right now English has like a 40-point lead. There we go. Okay, I will change it in the next menu unless someone snipes him back. Okay, well he got sniped back. The hell is he doing? Well, whatever. Why couldn't I attack again? Well, whatever. So, you'll notice I still haven't leveled up, and I haven't learned the move yet either, so this is kind of bad. There's not much we can do about it though, we just have to deal with it. So we go ahead, progress the story a bit, but we need to actually get a certain debuff applied to Sheena to do the strats to continue to run. Now we used to get that debuff applied from a random mob that we just passed a little ways ago, but that is now being replaced by a more consistent strat, where we get the debuff from the first area boss, but it is still possible that I lose quite a bit of time to not getting it. So we'll see how it goes. In any case, just progress through the palace, get this money. Money is quite tight at the start of the hard route because you want to buy an attack ring in the next dungeon, and attack rings cost 35,000, which we do not have ready access to really. We can just barely get there by doing a bunch of different things, which just give you about 5,000 a pop. Yeah, if you watch the easy run then you recognize this part where you buy the weapon, except you only buy the weapon in hard mode. You don't buy the rapid rings yet, you do get some later. But for now we can't afford rapid rings, nor would we really need them. We're lower level, so rapid rings don't even really help us. Skip that enemy. Now, I did speak about in the race yesterday there's a strat where you come down and open this door to speed up chapter 6 a bit, and because I need this money that's next to this door, it's actually worth doing it in this one. In this run, compared to the other run where it would be slower if you don't need the money. That's the only difference. Anyway. We need to get some stuff here and set a combo, a rather weird combo, but a combo nonetheless. And the reason I set guard as my combo is that when you triple guard, you use guard 3 times in one turn, it reduces incoming damage by 90%, so you only take 10% damage. And what we need to do on this upcoming fight is stall for a really long time. Well, hopefully not a really long time, but it might take a really long time. We need to get a debuff from him, and it's a very low rate to get that debuff every turn. Thankfully turns are reasonably quick. No. Thankfully turns are reasonably quick, so we can stall for the debuff without losing that much time overall. Like, it's usually not going to be minutes lost, but it can be quite a lot of time if you get unlucky. And you can save during cutscenes, so I'm going to do that just in case I fail to get the debuff. I got the debuff first try, of course. Now I just need to watch my health carefully. Okay, I'm not able to kill him without healing once. Okay, so just pick up, not the... Okay, I got Rakuten. And now that we have the debuff, we can move on with the game. Of course I got it first try. Like, why would that not happen in a marathon run? I guess it's not a bad thing, but first try is of course what you want in a rerun run. Not a marathon run that has little to no chance of PvPing. So I didn't get to demonstrate how I spam guard and wait for like 20 turns to get the buff usually, but such is life. It takes a couple of seconds per turn, so usually you would expect to wait maybe 30 seconds for it, if you get average to slightly below average luck. Whoa. Okay, so now we're gonna start doing quests. You need to do 24 total quests for Turand in this game. There are two types of quests. There's monster killing quests and item gathering quests. There aren't many monster killing quests, there's only 5 of them total. But first we're gonna get some money out of the episode chart to afford that quick attack ring that I was talking about. Sell some stuff, and then we can just about buy that attack ring and 1 rapid ring. Rearrange the party, and now we will do one of the monster quests, which involves fighting 2 battles. This one and then 1 later. Then we pick up the white bug. You can see that bugs do way more damage on hard mode than they did on easy. But they still give the attack buff. Then I want to pick up 3 bugs with Sheena, which nearly kills her, but that's fine. And then Lily will finish off the last enemy by just bouncing it against the wall, which is easy way to finish off that battle. Pick up another item. If I'm picking up an item chest, it's either a healing item or an item which I can hand in for a Turing quest at the end of the game. Most of them are Turing quest items, but sometimes I will pick up healing items. The most useful healing items anyway, which are code cells, which are AoE or entire field HP heals. They heal your entire party regardless of where they're standing. Inner left's Ether, which is the same for SP. And I might get like... No, I don't think there are any revival items in chests, so it's just those 2. So I pick up either code cells or inner left's Ethers as far as healing items go. And then there's a bunch of curated items. There are some items which are purely cash items. And I pick up 1 total of those, I think? Maybe 2? No, yeah, it's 2. And yes, the Unskippable Cranes cutscene. At this point, we are still ahead of my easy PS4 run, I think. Just barely. But yeah, now we do the second battle for that quest. And we try and learn Al's second skill, Soul Spear. We got it, so we're not going to have to take any optional battles at least. So now that we have Soul Spear and Sheena's skill Lunamissimo, we are ready to fight the second boss. Soul Sphere to actually kill it, and Lunamissimo I need to have by the third major boss. So I really want to get it out of the way before I even get to the second boss like I have here. So I will quickly waste a little bit of time to set a combo on L. This probably isn't actually fastest set, but I prefer to do it anyway. Just for the sake of simplicity. One last IRL cutscene. Now we can head to the boss. So we are going to try and pick up a cash item on the way to the boss. If the monster spawns are in a really awkward position, then I can skip this one and get one later. It's not here, it's in the next hallway. Yeah, if there's not good positioning, then we go to the next swarm. Which is more out of the way, but if the monster is in the way, then so be it. Well, I might get this one, but on the way out, actually. Judging by that position. Okay, so second boss. This guy's actually resists Al's element. Al is sun element, like I was talking about in the easy run. This guy actually resists sun, but... we just want to damage him a little bit. Because Al has so much physical attack with the 2 attack rings, it's still better to use Al to attack him than anyone else. So he just power through his elemental resistance by using her strongest skill. I also got Soul Lance immediately, which is really nice luck. So we'll snatch that cash item and head back through to the dungeon to the exit. With the boss defeated, a few of the barriers are removed, so I can go through this place a little faster than I got here in the first place. But you still need to do a decent amount of walking to get out. So yeah, I pick up the Beast Clan Scarf and I can sell that for 12k. Which I'm going to need to buy one more power-up item. Like the attack ring boosted my attack. I'm going to buy a will ring to boost Sheena's magic attack. Unfortunately, attack rings boost attack by 100, will rings only boost magic by 50, so it's not quite as OP, but it's still what we need to beat the next boss, because the next boss is very heavily physical resistant. He's also another boss that resists Al's element. They're the same element of Moon, which Sheena is neutral against because Sheena is also Moon. Unfortunately I got that encounter, but getting encounters this early in the game isn't a problem. It can become a problem later in the game, but for now it's fine. I do also need to do something actually. I forgot to pick up 2 more bugs with Sheena, but it looks like we're going to get into this battle anyway. Oh whoops, I should have... Yeah, I meant to stand by and take my turn with Sheena to pick up 2 more bugs. I was meant to pick up 2 bugs on that boss battle, but as it is, we'll just do it now. I guess we will fight one of these 2 enemies into it. Alright, here we go. Oh damn it, one of them is faster than her. That could have been really bad, but it's fine. Oh shit, these bugs don't actually give enough. This one should be fine? Yeah, that's fine. Problem solved. I do need to heal Sheena in the menu before the next boss battle, but I got the corruption I needed, which is all that I was looking for. So now the mashing cutscene, one final time. Same as on PS4, we cannot skip this cutscene in any way, shape or form, and we can't even use the fast advance like we can in the VII cutscenes. So we just need to mash the A button, in this case, since it's the PC version and I'm using an Xbox controller. Fortunately, that once that's over, that's the last mashing cutscene in the game. They only made us do it once. Alright, so we're gonna do some quick menuing. Pick up some extra money that we need to buy the will ring. We're gonna heal Sheena before I forget. And then we're actually going to save before this boss battle because it's actually difficult on hard mode. And there's 2 boss battles, and the second one is not a complete pushover either. It is a bit easier because I don't have Soul Lance. Because I already have Soul Lance, rather. But it's... neither of them are completely free, shall we say. Oh, I need to pick up one speed bug. No. Okay. So now we pick up exactly 2 bugs, and that will corrupt Sheena. And leave her in corruption after the turn is over, which is the important part. Of picking up 2 instead of 1. Is he nearly dead? No, not quite. I need to try and bait him into attacking player again. Which he may or may not from this position. Okay, no, he killed Sheena, but that should be okay. Let's try and kill him now. Do I have enough SP to even attack at all? Not really. Okay, wow, that actually killed him. That's fine. Sheena no longer needs the debuff. She needed the debuff for that fight and that was it. So we move slightly away from Sheena to try and avoid him hitting Sheena at the same time that he hits Claire. We use 2 Soul Spears, 1 Soul Lance. I mean 2 Soul Lances, 1 Soul Spear, and he should die. And that is those boss fights out the way first try, which is perfectly fine with me. A bit awkward since the robot killed Sheena, but it worked in the end. And like I said, you don't need the debuff anymore. You just need it for that robot and that's it. For the start of that robot and that's it. So now it's fine that I lost it. Onwards we go. We pick up the odd candlelight for not quite trend requirements. It's actually used for something else, but it is a possible trend item. There is actually a quest that we finish which uses 2 of them, but we actually buy those later on. We use the one we pick up there for a different purpose. Doing a few more IRL events and heading off to the forest. Which doesn't sound as good as it does on PS4 because some weirdness always goes on with... like every single net PC port, or at least a lot of them, they screw up the sound balancing. And it just so happens that in this particular port, they screwed up the sound balancing in a way that makes the water in this upcoming forest really loud. And so you can't hear the nice music in the background as well. But we do also pick up a couple of healing items here, the Inner Safe that I mentioned earlier, and a code salve. Unfortunately I only got 1. That chest can give anywhere between 1 and 3. But yeah. It is nice music, but the waterfall kind of drowns it out of it. Grab some more items. Jackal monster quests. And now we're going to do our second monster quest and final monster quest. But we're also going to take this opportunity to learn a bunch of skills by stalling out this fight a bit. So we're going to learn skills on 3 characters, Sheena, Claire, and Al. Not Al, Lucille. So Lucille's first duty is to kill most of the enemies. Only 2 will be left alive. It's better if it's only 1, but sometimes it will be 2, you can't really do too much about it. Sheena will finish this one off, ideally. And she'll learn a move called Ache, which is her sun skill. Characters do have access to off-element skills in this game. Like how Lucille's main element is sun, she can learn skills from other elements. Okay, so far I'm getting trolled by Sheena's skill, by Claire and Lucille's skills. That's unfortunate. While I'm getting Sheena's really fast. Okay, I got the one for Claire, at least. So now Sheena can just stand by. I've got everything I need for her for now. Well, there is one more, but it isn't worth going for yet. Right, stand by. Okay, I actually need to do this once to give Claire enough, to give Lucille enough SP to learn her stuff. Alright, so now Claire and Sheena are both done, so it's just Lucille. Okay, now we can kill it. We do need to aim manually though, unfortunately. And there we go, so now I've learned a bunch of useful skills for a bunch of my characters. So we carry on in the forest, pick up some items and such. Okay. Wait, is the stream actually offline, or are you using that emote for a different reason? So yeah, I only got 2 code cells so far, so I'm going to pick up this extra one over here. Just have enough for safety at various points. Okay, yeah, it looks fine on my end, but someone used Panic Basket, and the main meaning of Panic Basket is, you know, the stream being offline. Anyways, carry on. We're picking up a bunch of easy to get trend items. We're almost done with all the ones we need to pick up. We'll be buying a lot at the end with money that we get using a special money making strat. But we do need to pick up a certain amount just because the amount of money you get in general and hard is so low. On easy terrain you only need to pick up like 2 or 3 items to have enough. On hard you need to pick up about 10 or 12 or something, I forget the exact number. It's a lot more though. But yeah, just make your way through the forest, enjoy the music, what you can of it, through the waterfall anyway. Don't forget the IRL cutscene. Pick up another code cell, which is right in the way now. I've got 4, which should be enough for most bad situations. They're generally just backup items, although I do have 1 or 2 written into the route for non-backups. But for the most part you use them for backups. Which is nice having a marathon run, especially on the hardest difficulty. We've almost made it through a Puka fight now. Now in any difficulty that isn't easy, she is just impossible to kill. On New Game, might be possible to kill on New Game Plus, but definitely not in New Game, so we are just going to stall out the 4 turns that it takes to end the fight that way. We are going to do some other minor things at the same time. We are going to try and learn 1 more skill on Lucille and 1 more skill on Claire. They aren't like... Well, we're going to learn the Lucille... trying to learn the Lucille skill. This Claire skill is later. Al back into Sheena. Al Lucille Claire. That's fine. So we're gonna try and learn. We're gonna give Claire an attack buff to begin with, and then we're gonna try and learn one last skill for Lucille. And we're also going to use all lives restored to keep Al close to full health. I would normally not do this every turn, I would normally just do it 1 or 2 turns, but... just playing it safe this time. And in this fight, we got the Lucille skill and we just got the Al skill as well. I mean the Claire skill as well, so that's all good. All good in the hood. Lucille is kind of the bait, although it looks like he's going to run over to a different character anyway, or he's just going to guard. Okay, he killed Al, that's fine. I'll use Lucille's revive skill on her. And then I'll kill him with Claire, because he's nearly dead. So at this point we have every skill we need apart from one. Until much later in the game. Like, we're only a couple of skills short of being completely done. One of them is Sheena's Meta Star skill, which we deliberately learn on a certain fight, very near the end of the game. Another one is her Rocky Dian skill, which the odds of learning right now are too low, so he's deliberately waited until later, when it's best to do it. And then Lily is also missing some skills. But we're going to use Lily later once she actually has decent odds to learn her skills. Kind of like what I said with Sheena with Rocky Dian. So yeah, we need 3 more. We need 2 more skills for Sheena and a bunch more for Lily. Also, I'm not sure I actually mentioned this yet, but not only are the loads much faster on PC, even the cutscene skip is a lot faster. Which is actually the opposite of basically every other NEP game, where loads are way faster on PC so that it's faster overall, but the cutscenes actually skip slower than PlayStation versions. But in this game, both of them are faster. So it's just ridiculously fast compared to the PC version. I mean, compared to the PS version. Anyway, now we can set up some combos. And we give Celica the magic ring that we got earlier. Yeah, you are already the leader, cool. And we do also need a speed buff immediately because Celica is the only member of our party that can actually outspeed frogs in hard, with getting 1/3 the experience that you get in easy, plus not killing. We do not kill Repuka 1 either, so we're way down in experience compared to easy. We still have characters in their level 20s, while in easy our character's around 60 right now. I need to play careful around this guy though. We pick up these couple of items. Okay, so this guy has moved out of the way now, so we can just go straight back out. So, the temple, like I said, we gotta kill the 4 frogs to get the 4 keys to get to the boss. Got a IRL cutscene to unlock this door. Don't have to do this one yet, but you have to do it eventually, so you may as well do it now. Not because it itself is required in any way, but because it's blocking one that is required, and there's no way to get out of the way. So basically it does become required by that virtue, but it doesn't do anything on its own. I mean, easy, they melt even faster. They have 5 times the health. And we also are setting up the strategies to be as optimal as possible to kill enemies. And that's a safety heal, you don't have to do it in order to win this fight, but if you hit an extra bug, like those, if you hit an extra coloured spot on the ground, which are called bugs, and you haven't healed, then Celica dies and things go to shit. So that's just a safety marathon heal. That run is required because I need my health back, my health and SP back for the next spot, for the next set of frogs. Alright, and now that there are more than I can kill in one turn with Celica, I changed up my strat a bit. I actually stalled the first turn. Okay, that's actually really bad that she missed all those hits. That's actually really bad. We can still do this, but we're gonna have to treat this a bit differently otherwise. No, that's fine, yeah. I remember, you level up. I need to get a certain amount of corruption on Celica. And right now, every one of those enemies missed their attack on me. That heal block is also kind of bad. Okay, I finally got hit. Unfortunately, they actually went and attacked my other characters, slightly. That's enough corruption though, so we're good now. So now we can give her the corruption resistance. And kill the last one with Celica. Okay, so that's all the frogs down, so now we can get into the main room and fight the boss. What I am going to do is take a 20-second-ish detour to a save point, because there is no way safe for this boss otherwise. And this boss does have a low chance of killing you. What needs to happen is that I need to miss all 3 paralysis chances on him, and he's really slow, which means that he has a really high chance of getting paralyzed compared to other enemies. But if I do miss it, then I'm pretty much dead, so... We're not going to risk that in a marathon one. We would in any other run, just because it's such a high chance. But we're not going to risk it here. I also need to make sure to use this skill enough. Oh wow, I don't have enough SP. I should have enough SP with that combination. That's weird. Whatever. Need to make sure to use this skill enough to actually heal all of Claire's own SP. Oh, she's not at full health! Right. That's stupid. I was a little confused by that, but that makes sense. Okay, now she's at full SP as well. That was more confusing than it needed to be. She can only use that skill at full health. Which is... but I thought that she was just below the SP she needed for it. So I got all confused. Any case. Now we've set up the party for the next boss and saved. So Celica is the only one that gets to act before the boss. She needs to get the paralyze. And she got it, so we're fine now. Wait, hold on. May as well try and learn Rocky Dian. I did get it, nice. Then Celica does most of the damage to this guy. Because he's weak to... He has another moon type, which means he's weak to star, which is Celica's element. Quite a lot of the bosses in this game are moon. Up to that point. And then most of the bosses after this point are star. Star being the type which is weak to sun and resists moon. And is neutral to star itself. It's kind of a type triangle, like rock, paper, scissors and such. But yeah, so that is... that boss out of the way. He didn't look very threatening just because I did manage to get the paralysis. But if you do miss the paralysis, I swear it's actually difficult. As in, he'll usually kill someone and sometimes he can just instantly wipe your whole party. But he is fairly likely to get paralyzed. But as it stands now, we can go and actually use that shortcut that I opened all the way back in Chapter 1 to reach this event marker quicker. It's not by a lot. You only save for like 10 seconds, and it takes about 12 to open it, which is why I said it's slower. It might be even less than that, in terms of time save. Assuming you've already opened it, but yeah. It's just not worth unless you need the item already. Alright, no, there is one more IRL cutscene. Whoops. They quite often repeat an IRL cutscene in the same place, in like IRL, that it was in the same dungeon in this game. In the actual game world. Like earlier in the castle we had a cutscene at Takiwara Town or whatever it's called. And now that we're back in the castle we have another cutscene there, when it hasn't been used since. Alright. So this fight I need to be very careful and only touch exactly one of these bugs. Because they give a crap ton of corruption and they paralyze you and they deal half of your HP on hard difficulty. And on that fight, Celica happens to have even HP. So if we touch two of them, we die. Whereas if you have odd HP, you can survive on one. By taking half twice. Make sure everyone has a speed buff, then I'm going to need to pull them out some more actually. Yeah, that guy, if he's facing you, it's really slow to have to pull him out of the door to actually get past him, because otherwise he'll just completely block you. So now we're going to try and do YOLO jump, where we try and hit a jump blind. I'm going to try and do it once. And yeah, it's pretty easy on PC version, because there's no lag when you jump. Yeah, I'm moving Celica forward as well, just to make sure that Celica is the one that gets attacked if I fail to run, because I am reasonably likely to fail to run on hard mode at this point, and it's really bad. The enemies do a ton of damage if they attack anyone other than Celica. Even Celica takes quite a bit, but she takes the least. So I want them to focus on her, and generally enemies will focus on the enemy closest, on the party member closest to them most of the time. So that's the reason that you run forward when you hit an encounter on hard mode. Oops, you can't close that tutorial with left trigger. Anyways, I'm going to make a slight diversion here to get some items. It would be fast to get them later, but this is how my ride is written for now. I'm gonna change it later to get them at a slightly faster place. There's another shop which is much closer to being in the way than that one. Save about 5-10 seconds by going to a different one. Okay, I'm gonna have to take this battle. And same deal, move forward with Celica. I haven't used enough NLFC fizz to need to grab that one. There's one nearby that teleporter which you can grab if you want. And we already talked about how you need a minimum of 2 keys to get to the boss fight in this dungeon. But getting 2 is actually slower than getting 3, so we get 3. You need as many keys as you want to open doors, and you can skip opening this door right here, but having to go around it twice is what makes it slower. If you only had to go around it once, it would be slightly faster to only do 2 keys. But as it is, it's slightly slower. Not by much, but by like 5 seconds or so. So now we soup up our party a bit. Not that these guys actually need anything yet, but yeah, pick up one of those. Unfortunately we failed to get the kill, which can make this fight kind of rough. I might be able to kill her with Sheena though. Let me just play this carefully. Sometimes you miss that damage range and it kind of sucks, but I think I can finish her off with 8 wave. There we go. Cool. Good backup strat. If you're L counters Moon, so I couldn't attack her with Clea and I couldn't use Sheena's normal moves. But I can use Sheena's off-element move 8 wave to kill her. Hold on, I just need to get my bearings. I had a glass of water in my hand. Okay, problem solved. Don't want to hit that monkey after all. So I did have to burn one of my revival items, but I don't need them very often, so I should still be okay. You also get revival item drops from quite a lot of bosses. You'll notice I haven't actually picked up a single one. But here we are with like 5 of them. They are just the most common drop from story bosses. Anyway. We used the warp stone that we registered earlier in the game, the only optional one that we have to register. And now Lily has joined the party and we're actually going to use her as well. Well, she's going to start learning her moves. So we're about to fight Rapika again, and just like the first Rapika battle, we can either kill her, which is a lot more possible, but still not all that easy on hard mode. It is possible. Even on hard mode, it's just not worth it. And or we can stall her out for 4 turns before the battle ends, so we're going to do the latter. We're also going to touch this warp stone for a specific reason later on. But yeah, we're going to do some stalling and learn our final moves. And we're also going to get a bit of deliberate corruption. There are some benefits to picking up bugs. This one boosts your magic attack, and it also wait, I'm also meant to use the code self here. That's right, for safety. It's boosting my magic attack, which will allow me to use a certain move on Celica later, and boost Sheena's damage in general. Okay, so I'm getting good luck with the learn so far. And now we can set our final combos, not quite final, but very close to final. We only make minor changes after this. And now we need to kill Lucille. So Lucille is super weak to magic compared to physical. Okay, I got the skill seal on her, so now I don't even need to care. I can just... Getting that skill seal on Lucille is an extremely low chance, but it makes the fight completely free. What you try to do is if you don't get the skill seal, you try and pick up the invincibility bug with Sheena, but it's kind of difficult to pick it up. Fuck, that could have been bad. So I'm not even going to try and get past this guy, I'm just going to go back to that stone that I picked up. But I nearly got back-whacked to there. But yeah, because I picked up that stone I can bypass trying to get back over that bridge, which is very important on hard mode. Alright, no, I was meant to do this as well. Same thing as I did on my D-Rust run is deliberately view these cutscenes out of the usual order so that I can use the last one to save. Before this boss. Because you do a somewhat dodgy strat on him. But yeah, so now Rebound Dragon, as the Fresh will refer to this boss. And we're actually going to use the Rebound strat on him, unlike we do on easy mode. On easy mode you just kill him directly. Okay, that's not too bad. So we summon that summon, which makes rebounds happen way easier. And we let him deliberately corrupt, so he takes way more damage from hitting the walls, like 20%, 1/20th of his health every time he hits the wall. And then the combination makes him easy to kill. Hold on, I just need to scroll down the notes, okay. Al and Lucille. And yeah, ping pong strats make him easy. And then we head back to the temple and we go to the volcano now. Now the thing about this is that I have to get a speed buff before I leave. I still don't have any dropped frames. Well, since the very start anyway, I dropped like 200 right at the very start. Yeah, welcome to the volcano. Population, terrible monsters to fight. Every single one of them. We absolutely need to dodge these guys, and it means that I'm going to take really slow detours or wait a ton of time to skip a mob, then so be it. It is not worth trying to run away whatsoever. Most of the time that shouldn't be necessary, but there's a chance that this corner I have to wait quite a while. It looks like it'll be fine this time though. He's not facing the actual corner. So he can just run straight past. But yeah, no risks taken here at all. Not worth. Do not get into mob battles here. Take all the time you need to avoid them. Unless you're on world record run, then maybe YOLO stuff, but this is not that. This is a decent marathon run, but it is not a competitive run in any sense of the word. Oh god, the fire is back. Anyway, I'm not going to save before this battle, because this battle's nothing. Oh, I will save just in case. Just because the save point is right here. I am going to save before the next battle for sure. The next battle is the hardest battle in the entire run, but this one is usually not that big of a deal. Okay, and now that it did paralyze, we used Celica's paralysis move. Now we're going to do the exact same thing as the last one. Now Lucille's only knockback move that we have access to right now is actually just her basic attack, so we need to use that. But yeah, same deal. The reason I ran into a yellow bug with Al is to get her corruption, so that she does more damage on the next boss battle. And now Lucille's work is done, she's magic buffed Celica, which is all we needed. And then we're going to save in the cutscene before the next boss. We're also going to wait for this enemy to turn around. That's not worth. I just need him to turn once more and it should be good. Okay, yeah, that's all good. Like I said, you wait for enemies here. You do not fight them. On hard mode. Unless you are doing a world record attempt, then you have to take a risk. Okay, we got the skill seal, so now this fight is free. Just gonna pick up a couple of purple bugs for corruption. Now I'm at maximum corruption without being actually in glitch mode. Get Lily kind of out of the way. Pick up some bugs with Celica as well. Celica can pick up the yellow ones without actually getting paralyzed, so it's ideal for her, but Al can't, so you just pick up purple ones. And yes, that 1 health is completely fine. Because you always have odd HP here. There is no randomness in Def End request stat gains. Yeah, with 60% and 70% corruption on them, my damage is pretty much maximized. He has a ton of health though, so he still takes a while to kill. But while he's been skill sealed, we've been setting up a particular buff called Debracav, which boosts evasion rate on star skills to insane levels after you use it once or twice. So I basically can't be hit by him after he's had it used, after I've used it 5 times. Anyway, back to the temple, because that's where we start the last chapter as well, or the second to last chapter. Now I need to buy some stuff, because the last chapter is actually kind of difficult. Hello. Alpha Silica, Alpha Clear, Sheena for Lily. Sheena Rapid Ring. Remove that, optimize that. Wait, what? You should have 2, right? Oh no, that's fine. So, setting up my caddy for chapter 10, but I do need to actually use this cheat code thing. And also, just like I did at the start of the last chapter, I need to get a speed boost here before leaving. Because these enemies are actually reasonable level, and the enemies coming up are not reasonable level. And then we will save for the next boss. Just not because it's a hard boss, if you do the strat correctly, but if I do mess up then I probably die. Or at least I have to recover in a way that I don't really want to try and do. So I'm going to just save for the sake of it. Then I will do a couple more saves in places where it's actually more pertinent to save as well. But this one is really just for me fucking up. The stat is 100% consistent if I don't fuck up. But I can easily fuck up, it's not the easiest strat in the world. Okay, now we're fine, unless I really, really horrendously fuck up. Because picking up an invincibility bug, while it gives you invincibility, deals 80% of your health, and you basically can't touch any other bug first, otherwise you die. And we also deliberately leave Celica dead there. She's the only one who doesn't have invincibility up when he does that second attack. So usually she dies, but sometimes it'll miss her, and she'll live. But she doesn't need the experience, so we just let her die, or live, whatever happens. Now, unfortunately I need to pick up these weapons over here, but unfortunately I've got the enemy chasing me, so what I need to do is hide in this corner until he gets uninterested. I also need him to move away from that teleport pad ideally. Should be fine now though. So I need the other weapon up here. And then come back down. Then I need one more weapon. This weapon is actually a downgrade stats-wise on most stats compared to the one I already picked up in the Volcano for Celica. Well actually, it's a downgrade in attack. It's an upgrade in every other stat. But I actually need the SP that it gives. And the sacrifice of attack is worth it, because Celica's attack gets capped all the time anyway. In this game you can only reach 999 of a stat. Even if you have buffs and stuff, you still only get 999. They will still cap at 999, and Celica reaches 999 attack really easily. But yeah, now we are ready to fight Celica, the last not CPU, the last party member that we fight. And Clea just destroys her, thankfully. That's why we pick up that gun, so that Clea can actually outspeed her to do the damage. And now, here is the money-making strat. Making what is usually quite an easy fight way more intricate. Okay, so now what do I do? Yes. So what I'm doing is using Pandemic Enemy twice. That corrupts him. Okay, now we're at 0. Yeah, I'm fine to just stand there. And we kill him off with poison. He has 1,000,000 health, but he's super weak to Moon. He takes 1400 times the normal damage, or the base damage from Moon attacks. Compared to an enemy with maximum. Oh, not Moon, Magic. He takes 1400 times damage from Magic compared to an enemy with maximum Magic defense. Yes, 1400. Which is a big multiplier. So basically you hit really high damage numbers on that guy. But we use poison anyway, just because he's also got 1,000,000 health. So I could kill him without poison, it would just be slower. Because poison deals 20%. But the main thing I was doing was corrupting him. If I corrupt him, then his money drop increases from 100,000 on hard to 700,000. And if you then smash every bug on the field, you get the same amount of gain from collection bonus, or from like field bonus. And that's how we make all our money to get truant. So now I just need to buy some items. 1, 1, 1, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2. So you can see that I've got 3 quests left here. I do almost all of the item quests. And now you can see that I've got 5 left total. And then I just need to buy one more item, which is an item for Lily, which increases her speed slightly. Not yet, but I need it for later. And Sheena needs this equipment. Lily just needs her magic rings back. And the reason that I need that extra SP from the weapon is that Celica needs 2 rapid rings. And now we are ready for what, the second hardest boss in the game. I think that's safe to pass, yeah. That's fine. So we're gonna save. This boss is fine. Well, okay, it's an easier first phase first, and then comes the real trickier part. We missed the skill seal, so Celica dies, which is fine. We're just gonna stack up the heals. No, Debrecad, that, and that's it. Now we can attack. Once we get to 2 stacks of Debrecad, it's safe to attack her without the skill seal. You go for the skill seal first because it's easier. Okay, you are still buffed. So if you don't skill seal, then you have to do that slower backup, but I know that backup quite well by now, so it's fine. Then that's the true and normal indifference, you get a choice there. We use Clea to heal up the poison, and we also change Sheena's combo slightly. I'm on the wrong one. I was on the right one to begin with, and then I went to the wrong one. Alright. Now, the start of this fight is the dodgy part. I might screw it up once, we don't know yet. Or I might get unlucky because I'm going for a slightly risky strat. Okay, that's fine. Now it's easy. What I'm trying to do is open a path to that invincibility bug by knocking that enemy into it, but the enemy must die and the enemy has a damage range, and if it doesn't die, then it basically makes it impossible to get the invincibility bug. Okay, so now we're going to use infinite corruption strats. It's fine if Celica dies. Normal and expected. Lily runs as far away as possible to try and avoid getting aggro because some of the enemies will run away. Resurrect, Debracav, and Endless Ether. We still want to get up Debracav stacks so that Celica can survive. Okay, they're all poisoned again. I got really lucky for this. That's what happened when my practice run again. They all got poisoned. And now Lily can just use her combo to heal everyone's SP every turn. Okay, and now that Celica's invincible, we can pick up bugs with her as well. And then we can have double infinite glitch, because Sheena's skill that does infinite glitch can hit Celica as well. Wow, we got really good luck at the start of this fight. All the monsters are already dead and Repuka's taken a lot of health damage. Wow, we're getting really good luck on this fight. Like, absolutely good. That finally ruined it. And she's still going to die, like, immediately. That was pretty much the god fight. Like, very, very, very close to the god fight. Within, I'd say, 20 seconds of the god fight. And that fight has variance of minutes, so yeah, it was a good fight. Anyway, time to head to the final boss. I've gone the wrong way this way though. I meant to go the other way. How am I meant to get past that? I think I can just wait for him to turn once more and it should be fine. Oh, twice more. So once more now. Once more again, okay. He's blocking the bridge that I need to walk onto. Okay, now we're good. Now there's enough room to get past. There may have been before, but I didn't want to risk it in a marathon run, obviously. Like, it's very hard to tell whether that wood is safe or not. So, not risking. I could have also maybe tried to pull him out. Like, make him aggro on me and run away, but yeah. Okay, one last safety save, even though, again, it will be only my own fault if I die here. Change Lily's combo. Change Celica's combo. Give Lily her speed weapon, and... We just need Lily to outspeed the final boss once she has a speed buff. Which is why we need the speed weapon and one rapid ring. Anyway, I just need to be careful here. I need to clear a bunch of the bugs on the ground. Then I use Pandemic Self. This is the one time I actually use that. Boost everyone's speed and restore their MP. Have Celica give everyone an attack buff. And that's the second phase. And now Celica's debate while player kills him and Lily heals SP. But I need to have Celica survive the first 2 turns because he always double turns. Because he has 800 speed after the first turn. And yes, this is when you'll actually get returned to me for a decent amount of time. It's fine if she dies now though, because the combo I put on Celica, the combo I put on Lily will revive her at the start of every turn. If she's not already alive. Okay, that's it. GG! That's about the same time I got on the practice run actually, so pretty good. Could have been better, could have been worse. I had to do a lot of waiting for monsters, and I think that was what slowed it down the most besides general rust and safe strats. And that is it, that is Death End, and that it's not the end of my participation in the marathon, but it is my last main run. Just have one more to go during the relay. It's also going to be the end of my current restream shift, assuming Zephyr is awake. Yeah, my internet was crapping out, but I was on the phone to my ISP during Endeavor's victory run, so I couldn't commentate it. And we were able to work out a solution, which, I dropped stream once, right at the very start, but I've been stable for about 3 hours since then, so fingers crossed that tomorrow will be fine as well, we'll see. And after that, hopefully I can get my router replaced or something, we'll see. But that is the end of Death End. We'll see if Zephyr is alive or not. Not sure if he is. I guess we'll play the Death End credits if I can find where they are. I can't remember exactly what cutscene they're on. So we'll just skip. No, it's not this one. So we always get Lydia ending on speedruns. Where is the music? Okay, there it is. It's just really quiet. So we'll do the Death End credits, and if Steve Fresh isn't alive by the end of them, then Marin will take over instead, apparently. Man, the game is quiet during the credits. Do you guys want me to turn it off a little bit? I can try. There we go. That's a more reasonable volume. Whoops. I also did vote instead of CPU. For the 5th time. Actually, maybe playing this is bad. It'll probably get a copyright flagged, since it's pretty much purely vocals, so we'll just skip it and go to normal music instead. I just need to set up the intermission screen. One moment. Kind of hard to set up the intermission screen while you're in your own run. But yeah, okay.